take it anymore. I just had to make you feel worthless. See, I enjoyed it.
Cade takes another step forward, smiling at Alfonso in the most arrogant way.
Stop right there, motherfucker. Don't you take another fucking step.
Alfonso briefly swings his gun around and points it at Cade, but then he swings it back, aiming it at my head. A jolt of adrenaline fires through me, mixed with a considerable stab of relief. I suddenly know what Cade is up to. He doesn't want Alfonso to shoot me. He wants Alfonso to shoot him instead, presumably so I can get a round off and put the bastard down. It's a horrible, horrible plan that will never work, but I'm sure he knows that. He's a smart guy. Why the hell would he even dream of risking his life on a long shot like this?
Your mother must have been so fucking disappointed in you.
Aiming it at my head.
He says,
a jolt
I have
of
no
adrenaline
idea how you
fires
fooled
through me,
Ramirez into hiring
with a
you, but he must
considerable
be
stab
kicking
of
himself
relief.
pretty hard too right now.
I suddenly know what Cade is up
Can't
to.
even come down here and do
He doesn't
this
want
right.
Alfonso to shoot me.
You're a fucking
He wants
dead
Alfonso
man.
to shoot him instead.
Alfonso trains his gun.
Presumably so I can get a round
Giving
off
him
and put the
exactly what
bastard
he wants.
down.
He's going
It's
to
a
shoot him.
horrible, no doubt about it.
Plan that will never work.
I want to scream. I'm sure he knows that.
This is really fucking
He's a
bad.
smart guy.
If Cade gets
Why the
shot
hell
and
would he
Alfonso
even
kills him,
risk
he'll be
his
shooting
life
me
on a
3
long
seconds
shot?
later, and Cade's sacrifice will have been for nothing. Your mother must have been so fucking disappointed in you.
Aiming it at my
He
head.
says,
A jolt
I have
of
no
adrenaline
idea how
fires
you
through
fooled
me,
Ramirez into hiring
with a
you, but he must be
considerable stab
kicking
of
himself
relief.
pretty hard too right
I
now.
suddenly know
We
what
haven't
Cade is
saved
up
each
to.
other's asses more time here and do
He doesn't
this
want
right.
Alfonso to
My
shoot
father
me.
is probably
You're
already
fucking
dead.
He wants
and the
Alfonso
guilt
to
of
shoot
that will
him
cripple me
instead.
Alfonso trains his gun.
Presumably so I can get a
If I
round
have to
off
carry
and
that
put the
bastard
bastard
Cade's
down.
death around with me
He's
too.
going to
It's a
shoot him.
horrible,
Think I'll survive.
no doubt about it. Plan that will never work.
I want to scream. I'm sure he knows that.
This is really fucking
He's a
bad.
smart guy.
If Cade gets
Why the
shot
hell
and
would he
Alfonso
even
kills him,
risk
he'll be
his
shooting
life
me
on a
3
long
seconds
shot?
later, and Cade's sacrifice will have been for nothing. Your mother must have been so fucking disappointed in you.
Aiming it at my
He
head.
says,
A jolt
I have
of
no
adrenaline
idea how
fires
you
through
fooled
me,
Ramirez into hiring
with a
you, but he must be
considerable
kicking
stab of
himself
relief.
pretty hard too right now.
I suddenly know
We
what
haven't
Cade is
saved
up
each
to.
other's asses more time here and do
He doesn't
this
want
right.
Alfonso to
My
shoot
father
me.
is probably
You're
already
fucking
dead.
He wants
and the
Alfonso
guilt
to
of that
shoot
will
him
cripple me
instead.
Alfonso trains his gun.
Presumably so I can get
If
a
I have
round
to
off
carry
and
that
put the
bastard
bastard
Cade's
down.
death around with me
He's
too.
going to
It's a
shoot him.
horrible,
Think I'll survive.
no doubt about it. Plan that will never work.
I want to scream. I'm sure he knows that.
This is really fucking
He's a
bad.
smart guy.
If Cade gets
Why the
shot
hell
and
would he
Alfonso
even
kills him,
risk
he'll be
his
shooting
life
me
on a
3
long
seconds
shot?
later, and Cade's sacrifice will have been for nothing. Your mother must have been so fucking disappointed in you.
Aiming it at my
He
head.
says,
A jolt
I have
of
no
adrenaline
idea how
fires
you
through
fooled
me,
Ramirez into hiring
with a
you, but he must be
considerable stab
kicking
of
himself
relief.
pretty hard too right now.
I suddenly know
We
what
haven't
Cade is
saved
up
each
to.
other's asses more time here and do
He doesn't
this
want
right.
Alfonso to
My
shoot
father
me.
is probably
You're
already
fucking
dead.
He wants
and the
Alfonso
guilt
to
of
shoot
that will
him
cripple me
instead.
Alfonso trains his gun.
Presumably so I can get
If
a
I have
round
to
off
carry
and
that
put the
bastard
bastard
Cade's
down.
death around with me
He's
too.
going to
It's a
shoot him.
horrible,
Think I'll survive.
no doubt about it. Plan that will never work.
I want to scream. I'm sure he knows that.
This is really fucking
He's a
bad.
smart guy.
If Cade gets
Why the
shot
hell
and
would he
Alfonso
even
kills him,
risk
he'll be
his
shooting
life
me
on a
3
long
seconds
shot?
later, and Cade's sacrifice will have been for nothing. Your mother must have been so fucking disappointed in you.
Aiming it at my
He
head.
says,
A jolt
I have
of
no
adrenaline
idea how you
fires
fooled
through me,
Ramirez into hiring
with a
you, but he must be
considerable stab
kicking
of
himself
relief.
pretty hard too right
I
now.
suddenly know
We
what
haven't
Cade is
saved
up
each
to.
other's asses more time here and do
He doesn't
this
want
right.
Alfonso to
My
shoot
father
me.
is probably
You're
already
fucking
dead.
He wants
and the
Alfonso
guilt
to
of
shoot
that will
him
cripple me
instead.
Alfonso trains his gun.
Presumably so I can get
If
a
I have
round
to
off
carry
and
that
put the
bastard
bastard
Cade's
down.
death around with me
He's
too.
going to
It's a
shoot him.
horrible,
Think I'll
no
survive.
doubt about it. Plan that will never work.
I want to scream. I'm sure he knows that.
This is really fucking
He's a
bad.
smart guy.
If Cade gets
Why the
shot
hell
and
would he
Alfonso
even
kills him,
risk
he'll be
his
shooting me
life
3 seconds later, and Cade's sacrifice will have been for nothing. Your mother must have been so fucking disappointed in you.
Aiming it at my
He
head.
says,
A jolt
I have
of
no
adrenaline
idea how you
fires
fooled
through me,
Ramirez into hiring
with a
you, but he must be
considerable stab
kicking
of
himself
relief.
pretty hard too right
I
now.
suddenly know
We
what
haven't
Cade is
saved
up
each
to.
other's asses more time here and do
He doesn't
this
want
right.
Alfonso to
My
shoot
father
me.
is probably
You're
already
fucking
dead.
He wants
and the
Alfonso
guilt
to
of
shoot
that will
him
cripple me
instead.
Alfonso trains his gun.
Presumably so I can get
If
a
I have
round
to
off
carry
and
that
put the
bastard
bastard
Cade's
down.
death around with me
He's
too.
going to
It's a
shoot him.
horrible,
Think I'll
no
survive.
doubt about it. Plan that will never work.
I want to scream. I'm sure he knows that.
This is really fucking
He's a
bad.
smart guy.
If Cade gets
Why the
shot
hell
and
would he
Alfonso
even
kills him,
risk
he'll be
his
shooting me
life
3 seconds later, and Cade's sacrifice will have been for nothing. Your mother must have been so fucking disappointed.
take it. What's the worst that can happen?
That last comment seems odd. What's the worst that can happen? Why would he be talking Alfonso through this? It makes no sense. It dawns on me almost instantaneously, though. Cade isn't talking to the man on the stairs. His take the fucking shot, what's the worst that can happen, is aimed at me, and he's waiting on me to follow through and squeeze the trigger. I can think of plenty of terrible things that can happen. I could list them off in my head, but there's no time. There's no fucking time whatsoever. Cade takes yet another step forward, gritting his teeth. "Come on," he shouts. "Fucking do it! Do it!" I fire. For good or for bad, I fire. The recoil of the weapon exploding in my hands sends a shockwave of panic through me, and for a moment I'm too stunned to react. Time catches up quickly, as though someone is leaning on the fast-forward button, and I see Cade launching himself toward me. Alfonso has disappeared from my line of sight, but does that mean I shot him? Is he fucking dead? I don't have a clue. The oxygen leaves my lungs as Cade tackles me to the ground. I make a pained ooghing sound as he lands on top of me, his body covering mine, and I can't breathe, hear, or see anything. My ears are still ringing from the gunshot. Cade rolls off me and spins onto his back, gun raised, pointed at the stairs. But Alfonso isn't there. Another shot rings out, loud and violent. A bullet hits the concrete wall next to my head, and Cade starts firing, this time aiming at the ground where we stood just a second ago. Alfonso is sprawled out on his side, grimacing, his shirt and his neck drenched in blood. I didn't kill the bastard, but I certainly managed to injure him. Cade's gun barks again, and Alfonso's body jerks as the bullet hits him in the stomach, just below his rib cage. Fuck. Cade grabs me by my shirt and literally slides me behind the wall next to us. A tower of boxes topples over between Cade and Alfonso, sending rubber sex toys tumbling out over the floor. "You fucking whore!" Alfonso screams. "This isn't over! This isn't fucking over!" "Oh, yes, it is." Out of nowhere, Rebel is tearing down the basement stairs, Carney behind him. The two of them are shooting rapidly, over and over, and Alfonso is bleeding freely. They shoot him countless times, in his torso, his legs, his arms. And finally, when Rebel hits the bottom of the stairs, in his head. The air smells metallic, of gunpowder and blood. Through a haze of concrete dust, Rebel emerges like some kind of ruthless god. He's covered in blood, his shirt torn, his right hand bleeding, but he looks invincible. He looks terrifying, a nightmare in the flesh, and I have never been happier to see him. He drops down to his knees and takes me in his arms, his hands frantically roaming all over my body, looking for injuries. "Jesus, Soph, are you okay? Tell me, are you fucking okay?" "Yes, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine." I really am, which is a goddamn miracle. I should be dead, or at least severely injured, and yet I'm pain-free, completely fine. Weird. Weird? Not that I'm complaining. Rebel holds my face in his hands, his cool eyes traveling over me, trying to find signs of discomfort despite my protests. "I'm okay, I promise," I say, leaning my forehead against his. He lets out a deep breath, hugging me to him. "Are you okay?" I ask. "I'm fine. Everyone's fine." And, God, I don't think I can say the words. My dad? We were too late, weren't we? Is he dead? Rebel slowly shakes his head, a tiny smile playing at the corner of his lips. "No, sugar. We weren't too late. Your dad's alive."
He's just fine. He's waiting upstairs for you now. He places a deep, slow kiss on my lips, and my head swims. I'm so fucking relieved. I'm ecstatic. My father's alive. He's alive, and he's waiting to see me. I used to resent my father, feel stifled by him most of the time, but right now, I've never needed him more. I don't know about you, Sugar, Rebel says, brushing his thumb along the rise of my bottom lip. But I'd like to get out of here before the cops show up. What do you say? I manage a weak smile as he helps me up from the floor. I say I couldn't agree more. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Chapter 18. Rebel. Ramirez is dead. Keeler is still sitting on the porch with his head in his hands when we go outside. He informs us that Julio told him to remind me of the agreement we came to, and then he left. Keeler stops talking. He rocks silently back and forward, knees drawn up underneath his chin, and we leave him in peace. Grief is a funny thing. You think revenge will fill in the hole that grief causes inside you, but more often than not, revenge only makes the hole deeper. Bottomless, in some cases. Alan Romero stands like a statue when Sophia steps out onto the porch. His face is carved marble, his shoulders rounded in on his body, as if bowed under a great and unbearable burden. Sophia bursts into tears the second she lays eyes on him. "Daddy," she whispers. "Hey, Pumpkin." The doc twists his filthy handkerchief over and over in his hands, looking very unsure of himself. Are you all right?" Sophia nods. "I am. I'm so sorry. God, Daddy, I'm sorry." I back the fuck off. Sophia doesn't need me loitering on the peripherals as she tries to explain where she's been for the last 6 months. He's gonna hate me. He's gonna fucking despise me. Cade saved his daughter in one way, but I was the one who really took her away from him. I was the one responsible for guilting her into staying here in New Mexico. There's so much blame to be thrown around, though. So many fingers to be pointed. I'm too fucking tired and worn into the ground to bother with that right now. So I let Sophia tell her father the truth, and I accept how he's going to feel about me. At the end of the day, it's how Sophia feels about me that matters, and I'm hopeful that that won't be changing anytime soon. As she speaks to her father, I see him shaking his head, her bowing hers. At one point, the doc takes her head and holds it in his, and she collapses against him, sobbing silently. I want to go to her and take her in my arms, to comfort her, but it's not my place. Hard though it may be for me to remember, she was the light of someone else's life before she was the light in mine. Alan hasn't seen her in 6 months. They both need this time together to heal the hurt between them. I wait 20 minutes. It feels like an eternity. I'd give them even longer, but Cade points out the red and blue flashing lights approaching down the distant fire road leading to the farmhouse, and it really is time for us to go. All 6 of us run over the back fields, heading toward the bikes we left stashed there. Alan makes noise about staying, talking to the cops, explaining to them what happened. It's only when his daughter tells him how it will pan out for the rest of us that he gives in and runs. We're about 300 meters from the bikes when the loud, crashing sound of another explosion tears through the early hours of the morning. We all stop, mouths hanging open as the farmhouse goes up in flames. Wood detonates in every direction, rocketing straight up into the air, and the night sky is alive with fire and smoke. "You set your charges," Cade says, staring back over his shoulder at the inferno. I don't see anything. Just nod. It had to be this way. We couldn't allow the cops to match our DNA with blood spilled at the scene. They'd have found evidence of every single one of us inside that house. We'd all have been fucked. The police lights soon blend in with the warm glow cast off by the burning building, and we move on. The sound of our motorcycle engines rumbling into life is blotted out by the roar and crackle of the fire at our back. I carry Sophia's father on the back of my bike as we head back to the compound, and no one stops us. We travel across the desert, aching in our bones, tired and exhausted. And as the miles pass us by and the stars wheel overhead, I do something I haven't done in a very long time. I pray. I thank the higher powers of the universe, whomever they might be, that we all made it through tonight safely. I show my eternal gratitude for the fact that the woman I love wasn't hurt, and that she didn't lose her father. Beyond that, my mind is empty, my heart is full. Sophia is safe, the club is safe. That's all that really matters. I know something's up as soon as the compound gates peel back and I see Danny sitting on the steps of the clubhouse waiting for us. He looks just as tired as we do, which is worrying since things here should have been quiet compared to what just went down on the other side of Fremantle. There's blood in the dirt, blood on the ground by the barn. Cade sees it too. He's tensed, his hands gripped into tight fists at his sides as he jumps off his bike and hurries over to Danny. What's wrong? What happened? He demands. Danny cracks his knuckles, shaking his head. Shay, he says. Shay went crazy after you left. She said what? She said she was going to show you what a mistake you made tonight. She was so angry. No one could stop her. Carney's off his bike and standing in front of Danny now, his arms wrapped tightly around his body. What did she do, man? What did she do? She shot Fatty in the fucking head, man. She went down into the barn and she... Dread passes over Danny's face. She let her out, he whispers. She set Maria Rosa free. Rebel. Epilogue. We should have killed Maria Rosa a long time ago. Cade told me over and over again how sure she was that she was going to get out of the basement. So fucking sure. And I didn't listen. I mean, why the fuck would I? The door to her cell was an inch thick. She was injured for a long time. How could she escape? I should have known better. I should have seen Shay's betrayal coming a mile off as well. She's been simmering for months, quietly and sometimes not so quietly mad over Sophia's presence in the compound. There are steps that should have been taken a long time ago, and now a widowmaker's dead, and a psychotically dangerous woman is on the loose. 2 days have passed since the farmhouse. I thought we'd have some tearful phone calls back to Seattle, where the doc and Sophia both told their family they were fine, that they were both alive and well, but that hasn't happened. Sophia's mom is away on some church retreat in the wilds of Alaska, so she doesn't even know Ellen was missing. As for Soph's sister, Sloane is so entrenched in her studies that it's normal for her to be MIA most of the time anyway. So it goes that after some long, painful discussions, Sophia has come to a difficult decision. And once again, she's making sacrifices for the club. I hug her to me, throwing my arm around her shoulder as we walk down the hill toward the clubhouse. Night is all around us, pressing in from all sides, endless and eternal. There are no clouds, but the stars seem to be strangely absent too. Everything is blackness, a strange, heavy kind of night. You sure you want to do this? I kiss Sophia on top of her crown, holding her to me. She's shivering a little despite the warm breeze, which teases at her hair, lifting strands, sending them whirling up round her head. She takes a deep breath and then lets it out slowly. Maybe, she says. Maybe not. I thought this would be over by now. I just thought, you can pick up the phone, you know. All you have to do is pick up the phone and call them. No one in the club will think badly of you for it. You know that, right? She nods, biting her lip.